All right. I see not so much participation today. Hopefully, more people will join in. Nevertheless, 4 minutes after 19 or in Dubai 20 p.m. in UTC 17 UTC. The same time every week. As I said, the most amazing time for a week. OpenxAI EMA session where you guys could interact with me, ambassador of OpenxAI, and as well, of course, to hear out our project founder thoughts, updates, and news. So hope everyone is doing well, and of course, I would like to pass the mic to Ashton and to hear some nice, maybe and amazing stuff here.
All right. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining. Thanks, Paulus, for the introduction. A lot to cover. We had a very, very good 2 weeks, very productive week. A lot to unpack today. As usual, we'll spend about maybe 20 to 40 minutes giving some updates, and then remaining minutes answering any questions. So let's start with some basics. Let's look at like some overall market. I think everyone feel the pain. I said this before, like 2025 year has been one of a boring and also annoying year for a lot of builders and also participants in the ecosystem. I've been in crypto since 2015, but this year one of a confusing year. Like when you know it's a bear market, yes, we can relax. When you know it's a bull market, you know kind of what to do. But when you're in a uncertain market like this, it's quite annoying, to be honest. I'm sure you guys feel the same. Nevertheless, I think everyone's kind of accepted the fact that the December is not going to be a good month, and we also anticipated that. So we changed our lot of plans that we had accordingly. Today, I want to give you guys a lot more like what happened in the last 2 weeks and also how that impacting for the next quarter, especially 2026 Q1. Starting with the base hub in Dubai. I think I touched base last session. We are in touch with the base team and in collaboration with DAO's hub in Dubai to create a kind of like a base / OpenxAI hub, and then working with some venture capital firms to focus on like good builders, around 5 projects or 5 teams. The goal of that hub is to create and maintain a really good startups who are building on our marketplace. Because when we launch our platform, we want people to use the platform, not just having a bunch of garbage apps or services on the platform. We want like committed builders and supporters providing really good services on the marketplace. So in order to find them, we need to go extra mile. Like we've done lots of mini tests, and we learned a lot. If you guys are keeping up with OpenxAI for the last maybe 2 or 3 months, you guys already saw we ran 2 programs, Hacknode more dedicated for builders, for them to build specific apps. And then we also ran a base mini app campaigns for non-builders or non-technical people. So far, it seems very good, positive outcome out of the both programs. What we're going to be doing next, we are basically going to focus on combining both kind of campaigns together, and running that campaign specifically focusing on creating really good services, AI services on top of our platform. So those services will be available on our marketplace for people to come and consume or use. Like I can give you a few examples of what kind of services might be available. So one particular service will be available, which I think is going to be a really cool service. Imagine you go to your TradingView or your Binance account and you see a chart. You take a screenshot of the chart, you upload the image, and this AI service will give you a technical analysis. Instead of joining your favorite, waiting for your favorite YouTuber telling you what are the technical analysis look like, the chatbot can give you that insights for you. So that's one example. Another example would be uploading bunch of images, let's say 5 or 6 images, and you're basically telling the app to create around maybe 10 minutes long video. Like right now, video rendering is one of a hot topic. I'm not sure if you guys seen some of a benchmark test that we did and we published recently. We published that on our Twitter, that we managed to reach a really good capital efficiency or resource efficiency when it's come to video rendering. Video rendering right now is a very expensive in the AI space. What we managed to do, we managed to utilize unutilized GPUs and compute to bring the cost down significantly. So if you look at AI space right now, one of the hot demand right now is basically video generation. Video generations are going significantly high right now in terms of demand. Having a dedicated app where you can control not just a limited like 2 minutes or maybe 30 seconds, you can generate up to like maybe 5 minutes or 6 minutes. And instead of paying a subscription, you can pay like a micro payment. You can create a 10 seconds video and you might be paying 0.5 cents instead of a subscription. So that's changed the game in the AI space. So we call that service is a function as a service. So our platform and our marketplace, we will enable those services. Users will be able to consume services and pay for a function rather than subscription. So that's going to be a really good, cool, exciting part for with our platform launch. Platform launch. We are doing a lot of beta testings at the moment to get feedback from users and also a lot of builders. So I think some of you already seen the platform, like what are the capabilities and functions. But we're launching that to public very, very soon. But this platform is going to be one of a kind. I did mention that many times, but I'm gonna stand by my commitment because I have never seen anything like that in this space. All right, so that's updates about base, the base Dubai hub, but also the platform. And then the second updates I want to share with you. So we secured around $8 million funding. So now we are setting up a foundation. So this foundation is legally required. So right now we have a Delaware entity called OpenxAI Labs Inc. It's basically a C corporation. In order to accept funds, but also to expand our team. So we required to set up a foundation. So we reached out to some of the people that we know in Cayman Islands. So we're going to set up a Cayman Island Foundation. We are in progress of doing that. The feedback we received, like during Christmas time, it's going to take some time. So we're going to start in the first week of January. It also is going to save us money in terms of setting up in December versus January. So it's a good update or a good news that we have secured around $8 million in funding. But in order to accept that properly, we need to have a foundation and a legal structure. So these are like I would say major updates from the previous week, which I couldn't share with everyone. For last week, and also we attended Binance Week, which was the first week of December. So first week of December and second week of December. So we attended Binance Week. It was in Dubai. And then we also attended Solana Breakpoint 2025 in Abu Dhabi. Like I don't know how to say this. It was one of a tiring, but also one of the most productive 2 weeks in 2025, in my opinion. We, like myself and some of the members, we leave our place like around 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock in the morning, and then come back like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. We had meetings even on Sunday. So it is a crazy time. Like if you guys ever been to Token 49, like times that like 2 or 3, right? So Binance Week it wasn't that crazy, but Solana Breakpoint is massive. They are the Abu Dhabi event. It was the largest breakpoint to this date, surpassing attendance they had in 2024 around 5,000. But this time they got about 7,000 in Abu Dhabi. There's massive number of different side events. Like I don't even remember the number of side events that we attended, but I think it was over 100 side events, like high quality side events, right? Not just garbage side events. There were a few like maybe it's a little bit spammy, but overall, it's really, really good event. They attracted a lot of developers, project teams, venture investors, senior executives, and etc. So the reason why I said the whole Binance Week and Solana Breakpoint is very productive. Not only we managed to meet builders and some of the really great VCs, we managed to meet the leadership. So from a Binance ecosystem, head of ecosystem like Dina, Marwan, those individuals, we also met up with Binance CEO. So that's a great meetings that we had. But what for me is a big difference, Binance, BNB ecosystem and Solana. Solana ecosystem, it was privileged to actually to meet all the way to leadership. They invited OpenxAI to very exclusive dinner with Lily Liu, which is the president of Solana Foundation, and also CEO Anatoly. And then it was around 20 people, a dinner with the Solana Foundation and also some senior executives. They were really, really welcoming OpenxAI. They love the idea of tokenized GPU. I have never seen that kind of welcoming and also builder's mindset. I had a different perspective in the past, to be honest. Like I always thought Solana a little bit more centralized and more like a meme.
Ashton, I didn't think we could hear you. Do you have any connection problems? Because it looks like that getting the message from community as well that we couldn't hear you. So guys, just give us a little bit more of minutes. I think Ashton will come back online. Okay, guys, I'm just chatting with Ashton. I think he will rejoin, and we could continue the session. So please give us a few minutes to check what's here and what's broken. Thank you. Ashton, I invited you to co-host. Hopefully you could hear me, and we could hear you now as well. All right, guys. Until Ashton will join up. Just don't want to waste your time. So just want to remind you that you guys should join our Discord. We're having a new nice
Testing one, two,
campaign
three.
there. Uh, let me see. Let me see. I see Ashton again joined. So
Can you hear me, guys?
yeah,
Hello,
we could
hello.
hear you now.
Right. Okay. Cool. I had to change my internet.
All right, cool.
Okay.
Uh,
Right.
so could Ashton and I just finished what I started to saying for the community about this
Yeah. Yeah.
Discord
Please go ahead.
program. So guys, we're doing the role campaign there. So we invited you all to join if you are not already in. And this is like a kind of steps program where you kind of with your activity and contribution climbing the roles, and these roles are incentivized. So it's actually a very interesting program. So if you still not in Discord, please join in, and I'm giving the mic to Ashton to keep continuing. Thank you.
Apologies, guys. I'm not sure. I had to switch the internet. Um, Paulus, could you confirm? Did you guys hear Solana Breakpoint? And I mentioned about that we
Yeah,
had a
yeah,
great.
yeah.
Okay.
About that time, you just cut it off.
Okay. All right. Cool. So overall, I think we managed to secure really good integrations, and also some of our liquidity providers. We got verbal confirmations about 25 million TVL from few networks. One of a network called Yield Network. So I'll explain, what it is 25 million, what is this TVL meaning for our platform. I touched base this before. Like in our space, in Web3 space, like utility will always come second. When I say utility, like if you're providing a core service, if the core service it's not tied to like a trading or speculation, your utility always fall under second or third, depending on type of service you provide. Like I'll give an example. If you think about like a GameFi industry, like gamers enjoying the game, like spending their time, always comes second, because like based on facts and data that I personally looked into, it always comes second. What comes first is speculation and trading. If you guys familiar with the last cycle, play to earn game ecosystems. They focused predominantly on the speculation section, and they did it in a really bad way. Execution wasn't that good, but overall, adoption became quite sufficient. Um, so the way I see platforms like OpenxAI platforms, the utility of the OpenxAI platform. So we provide three things. We provide anyone can launch an AI agent or AI service without a middleman. So the same way how you can launch a decentralized application on Ethereum, you can do that on OpenxAI. So that's a big value proposition. So anyone can launch their own AI services, AI agents, and can provide that without a middleman. And we also help users to we help users to find GPU and compute up to 80% cheaper. So if it's affordable. And we have 99%, 99.9% of privacy if you really care about the privacy. So we have those capabilities. Now, the likelihood that we get 100,000 users using our platform without having a really big push, and then also having a serious, significant amount of team onboarded is not going to happen, right? So likelihood having 100,000 users on the platform, like actually using the platform, it's the likelihood that happening in the next, let's say, 1 month, 2 months is going to be extremely low. So how we integrate the DeFi element or DeFi flavor. So this is where things get really interesting because we can offer certain DeFi elements like a token related infrastructure that cannot offered by Web2 companies. So what we are going with, again, we are doing a proper product launch and introduction to this concept soon. But at a high level, just think about if you think about like a Hugging Face kind of a platform. Hugging Face is one of a well-known and well-respected platform in AI space. So the biggest ecosystem, AI ecosystem. So anyone can launch AI services and train AI models through Hugging Face, but it's owned by a corporation. What we can do with OpenxAI, we can offer the same kind of a platform, but any revenue that generated through the platform can be shared among token holders or stakers. So why TVL? What we are experimenting underneath the platform, we will create a DeFi layer where people can deposit USDC or Ethereum like capital. Those capital will go into tokenized GPU. Those tokenized GPU will provide a really nice trading capabilities for traders. So imagine if you think GPU price going to go up in value, you can go long. If you think GPU price going to collapse in the next 3 months, you can go short. These are the capabilities we provide underneath the platform or low level of the platform so people can speculate. So it generates fees. It generates really good token liquidity. That tokenized GPU, it's going to create a lot of activities on chain. Whether we are going to launch tokenized GPU on Solana or BNB doesn't matter. We'll be able to attract a lot of activities. Those activities and fees will be helping to maintain a really good growth and adoption for the platform. So that's our main priority for the Q1. So focusing on that DeFi layer and making sure the platform is extremely ready. Like user experience is similar to something like a Web2 platform. So people don't even feel the difference interacting with a Web2 platform. So my goal is to get the platform into a level where people are going to see and accept that as a really, really good product and a platform. To making the platform extremely useful and extremely functional is the main priority. and underneath the platform having a really good a token infrastructure. Like if I were to give you like a hint, imagine like a hyperliquid type of infrastructure behind the platform, right? So that will generate a lot of fees, that would generate a lot of activities. Because I don't know if you guys know this, there aren't any protocol or a project offer a capability for you to speculate or trade on compute or GPU. If you find anything, please let me know. There are a bunch of projects claim, but I don't see anything that viable. There are a lot of centralized services. They say, okay, we've got a GPU, and you can basically deposit USDC, and then you earn yield. But if you look, if you dig deeper, how these GPUs are generating yields are much different to what they're claiming. So our protocol is different. Since we have a lot of GPU supply, we have a concept called proof of reserve. With a proof of reserve, people can use OpenxAI token, put OpenxAI token as a collateral. People can create a tGPU. With that tGPU, people can go long or short with GPU price. Like some of you probably don't know this, in Australia, if I can purchase, let's say, 10 kilowatt worth of electricity at 3 o'clock in the morning, if I can sell that the same electricity by 8 o'clock in the morning, which is in a peak time, I'll be able to sell that for 200 to 300% more. So electricity price fluctuate extremely. The volatility is beyond what we are seeing in crypto, right? The price fluctuations are extremely high, electricity price, because that's why we have peak and off-peak pricing for electricity. Now, this concept applies to compute. If you can buy compute futures in Sunday, let's say Sunday afternoon, if you can sell back during peak time, which is usually like 8 p.m. Tuesday in New York time, you are able to arbitrage like up to 800%. So there's a huge difference, like what we know and what we possibly can offer to ecosystem. Like these type of financial infrastructure and a DeFi infrastructure is really interesting. Since these GPUs are directly integrated platform, so people can arbitrage. They can even set a limit orders on the platform. For example, if I want to execute, let's say, a job, I want to execute a job. Let's say I have 10 images. I want to generate a video for 10 minutes. Instead of paying a regular price, the spot price right now for compute is, let's say, to execute my job, I have to pay $1.20. Instead of paying that, I'm going to set a limit order at 80 cents, and I'm going to execute that. So whenever my price is met by the provider of the GPU, tokenized GPU, my order will be executed on that GPU. So that's a very different compared to what we have today, right? We have subscriptions and we have spot price. What we are doing is we are going to disrupt that ecosystem, which is really amazing in my opinion. So that's why we need to get up to like $25 million worth of liquidity. These are stable coins, Ethereum and USDT. Sorry, USDC and USDT stable coins. So with those stable coins, it will jumpstart the initial engine, or the DeFi engine, if you want to call it. We will be working with yield networks and liquidity aggregators to pull that initial liquidity. We're looking at between 20 to 25 TVL. That gives users a really nice yield capabilities. Users can deposit these funds anytime to the platform and withdraw anytime. And they can just similar to how you can just deposit USDC onto Aave and earn a yield of 4% if you have USDC. with OpenxAI platform, with the depending on the type of pool that you choose, you'll be able to earn up to like maybe 30% yields. So how the yields are generated? Yields are generated basically the fee generated by the future contracts between shorts and longs. That's why we need to have an initial volume of 25 million TVL and plus some trading activities, which we will be working with a couple of ecosystem partners to initiate that. That's why I think Solana is a great ecosystem for us. Like speaking with the Solana ecosystem and also leadership, we feel these kind of innovation will be extremely welcomed by them. So we had a meeting with 0x. Is a really good kind of a DEX aggregator, if you guys are familiar with. We also had a meeting with Jupiter team and Orca. These are the biggest DeFi infrastructure and DEXs in Solana ecosystem. They love to work with us and integrate with us, because a concept of being able to trade futures and options and spots on compute and GPU is extremely new, novel idea. So they love to support those things. So Q1 for us is going to be quite heavy in terms of R&D. That's why we are basically finalizing that 8 million close. With that funding round, we'll be able to expand our engineering team, expand our marketing and communication teams, and then focus more in the US market. I think so far we are going to push two main use cases in terms of utility of the platform. We actually onboarded two partners. So one partner, it's a kind of like a marketing agency. What they want to resize images. Like for example, if they want to resize image or a banner from, imagine you have a banner designed for Twitter, and you want to resize that to LinkedIn or some other platforms, because it's done manually at the moment. What the agency will be using our platform is to image resizing. So they will be paying per each image resizing job. And we will take a USDT and USDC payment upfront, and we'll get them a credit, and they will be utilizing the platform. So the APIs that we'll be integrating with that marketing agency, they will push all the jobs into our platform, and we will be generating revenue plus some really good activities. And then we onboarded a smart contract vulnerability check as well. So there's a firm who willing to push some of the basic vulnerability tests to some kind of like an AI tool, so we can provide the AI tools for this company to run some smart contract vulnerability check. And the third one, I think I did mention to you already, is video generation. Video generation is extremely hot demand right now. So we got two partners to create that initial demand. So those two partners will integrate APIs with our platform. They push all the jobs. They will be paying in micropayments, but also pay as you go type of a model. So which is very interesting to a lot of people. So when I meet them, these ecosystem partners and potential large clients, when I talk to them saying that we can provide you even a micropayments, and our platform can facilitate micropayments, that's a big shock for them, because when they're thinking about large volume, they don't even consider like a micropayments, because micropayments aren't viable in Web2 world. If you were to transfer $0.01, like from your credit card to your bank, try to do that, right? So you won't be able to do that effectively. So with our platform, with the on-chain capabilities that we have in the base of Solana, we'll be able to facilitate payments in micropayments. Like micropayments will be viable, which is I think it's a really is a really big innovation in this space. Like AI as a service or a functions as a service, that industry don't even exist. Um, like I spoke to some really good AI researchers and also product builders from US in the last maybe 2 months. I really want to understand, or I really want to find out if there are some existing services exist that you can basically upload an image and say, I want to generate a 10 seconds video and I only pay for that function rather than paying a subscription, right? So those kind of services, I couldn't find anything that that I could utilize or use. So our platform will enable that, and having X402 capabilities, instead of sending an API call from a human, an agent can communicate and get the work done for you, right? So Solana has X402, and Base, which is Coinbase, also has X402. So our platform not just will be welcome humans, we will welcome agents as well. So that's Q1. So therefore, that's why I'm really excited about Q1 in terms of from a development and expansion point of view. We will have a really good integrations across Solana, and we will consider BNB, but at this point, most likely we'll go with Solana. Yeah, so these are the updates so far. Let me pass it to Paulus to go over community questions.
Yes, Ashton. So thanks for your overview. Was really nice to hear all the updates, and yeah, happy to see so active community this week. We have in total 19 questions actually. So let us start. I think so. We grouped a little bit those questions, and we will start from marketing and growth part. So first one is when will the full marketing strategy officially begin, and which platforms or channels will be prioritized to attract new users and investors?
Yeah, I think marketing it's a very it's not a simple topic in crypto, right? So in traditional world, when you have product market fit and you put dollar value into the marketing spend, and you know roughly your customer acquisition, then you onboard the customer, depending on your business model and your strategy, whether you want to keep the company completely bleeding money for a few years until you think that's you reach a mass adoption and you scale that way, or you raise tons of money, spend so much money for a customer acquisition and brand awareness. But in crypto, that doesn't work, to be honest. We tested many times. I applied those principles to even like a large projects like Phantom, right? So the only way things work is when you have some really good product market fit for people who are in crypto. In crypto, the things that works is basically to do with speculation, trading, and having a really good token economy. So when you have a platform where you can stake and you can earn yields, people can deposit $10,000 in USDT, earn really nice yields. People can go short, long in GPU. People can just basically uh, chuck a couple of images and generate a 2 minutes video and pay $0.5. When you have these capabilities, that's where things going to start kicking. Uh, like if you don't have those capabilities, it's basically you're literally you're destroying the value, because the liquidity is thin, attention is gone in Web3 right now. Even the greatest projects are basically get mispriced, right? These are the facts. We could spend a lot of time and resources talking about this topic, but the reality, we need to accept the reality, right? So it's not ideal to ship like smart things and smart strategies when things are dead, right? So like I don't know if you saw like a few days ago, Michael Saylor bought $1 billion worth of Bitcoin, right? And the market just dumped. If you look at Solana, I think yesterday or today, they integrated USDC with Visa. The settlement happened in Solana. I can give you guys like 100 examples. Like even the best news, it means nothing. So I know it's good to think that if you spend so much resources, things can actually be positive. I'm sure everybody just focusing on the token price. Um, but guys, it doesn't work like that. Yes, you can just fool some people short term and maybe do some, I don't know, market manipulation, like which most scammy projects do, but we cannot do that legally, right? Our reputation on the line. So the how we do it is we focus on having a great token economy, token strategy, token infrastructure, and having a good utility for the protocol and launch with in a good time, right? So that's I believe in this. Unless if you guys someone has a very good idea, other than simply just saying, yeah, we should spend resources on marketing, just let me know, right? And I think at this moment, what we can do is focus on the product. We are closing deals, right? So we raised 8 million so far. We attracted $25 million worth of TVL for commitment. And we onboarded around three institutional partners. We are in touch with Solana team all the way to CEO, Anatoly and Lily. We are talking to the biggest DEXs and uh, aggregators. We are talking to Eel Network to integrate. We are expanding our team. We hired around 3 senior members. I mean, these are the things we can do, guys. Other than that, spending money on like having I don't know, like articles and pushing into KOLs is not going to cut it, right? So that's why I'm always like be realistic about things. Um, so we are doing a lot of good things behind the scene. It doesn't reflect the price action, but this is applied to all projects, not just OpenxAI.
Yeah, I mean completely with you, Ashton, on this. You know that saying like throw money at the problem. So you could, I think, artificially, do some kind of stuff, but in the end, there's very rare miracles in the world, and the sustainability and the healthy growth of a project is most important, and a focus on a product itself as well. So that is a nice explanation, and I'm totally with you. And with that, let's proceed with other questions. Not sure if I agree with this saying, but let's see. With market conditions improving and liquidity returning across the ecosystem, how does the team plan to capitalize on this momentum to grow OpenxAI and OpenX token?
Right. Let me give you a broader answer. I think, liquidity, even though everybody expected QE happening, the M2 money supply is high. If you look at liquidity across crypto market, is still extremely thin. Traders are dropping in a rapid rate. Traders are kind of like taking a step back. They're getting ready for Christmas. Things are quieter, right? Unlike typical Q4 for crypto, this Q4 is extremely different. We have to accept that. The market conditions improving. I think with the highest probability, market conditions should improve. I think Q2 or end of Q1, because anticipation of the new Federal Reserve chairman and hoping that chairman gonna cut interest rates significantly, maybe up to like 200 basis point rather than 25 basis point. I think it's a US As you know, US drives a lot of economic stability and economic growth across the world. With Japan now trying to do QT, while US is trying to do QE, that's not a good combination, right? Because Japan happened to be one of the largest T-bill holders for US government, US government's T-bills holders. When I say T-bills, these are treasury bills, right? Um, I think there's going to be a little struggle for this month and Q1 and maybe Q2 for certainly with a high probability we'll have a lot more liquidity. Now, how they're going to capitalize? Obviously, we're not prioritizing only like looking, okay, here's some opportunity to increase the token price. I think we are for us is focusing on long-term sustainability. So in order for us to achieve that, like the platform, like I mentioned, when you have a platform where you have on upper level where people can basically deploy apps, run apps, you can utilize apps, and then we have a really great infrastructure for GPUs, and then beneath the GPU infrastructure, people can speculate on it. So that's a really good, I would say, vertically integrated economy that people can benefit across all three verticals. So having the three verticals launched and having really good incentives aligned to people and giving exclusive access for early builders and early users and early LPs, it's a great way to initiate. So our goal, as soon as market are getting a really good, let's say, positive momentum, we will activate those things. Because right now we've been waiting since August. Sorry, not August, October, to be honest. Like October, we had a lot of plans in October, and all the October plans pushed to November. Now November plans pushed to December. So we are also adapting for the market conditions. So if market conditions are good, we will just activate all the things that we promised to the ecosystem and our community.
All right. Let's proceed with another one. Uh, is the team planning collaborations with influencers, launchpads, or professional marketing agencies to expand OpenX visibility? It's kind of repeating one, but maybe some short comments on these.
Yeah, I think the short answer is yes. I'm not sure about launchpads. I would rephrase launchpads to more like liquidity aggregators. Yes, we will be working with one professional marketing agency. They will look after our external distribution and engagement with KOLs and also content creators.
Okay. This one is interesting. Um, are the plans for broader community campaigns, challenges, or competitions before and after the V10 launch to boost participation and engagement?
Yeah, this is a very good one. We'll share with our community some of the feedback gathering that we actually need from you. We have a fairly good idea in terms of what kind of campaigns we should go specifically for LPs. Because we actually spoke to the LPs, right? So liquidity providers, we spoke to them. We kind of understand what they want and what is win for them, and therefore they're most likely to engage with us. What we don't have a clear idea at this point in terms of running really good competitions to increase the utility of the actual AI platform. This is where I think Guru, one of the senior member we are onboarding this week, can help. So he was a judge before for OpenxAI Hacknode. So he was a great individual that I known for quite some times in Sydney. So he will be able to solve that on that vertical. But other than that, I think the broader community campaigns, we'll be prioritizing a lot with the LPs. Even if you have a $2 or $1, you'll be able to participate on the campaign. And yields will be quite high to begin with because we will incentivize early users.
Yeah, and I think Ashton, I just mentioned for you guys the Discord role campaign, which is ongoing already, and maybe Ashton, we could refer to the community hub which we're building, where you could as well learn together, get knowledge about the project, grow up through the levels as well, get the NFTs and some tokens. So Visa ongoing as well.
Yep.
Let me then proceed to the next one. I think you touched this for sure, but maybe just some short add-ups. Will OpenxAI be participating in major industry events, for example, Binance Blockchain Week or similar, and which team members would represent the project?
Yeah, I think we did that. So our team attended both events plus probably another 30 side events. So we're looking for quality events. We always attend those. So usually myself and some builders or our DevRel team.
Okay, some questions about liquidity and market. So trading volume has been consistently low. What concrete steps are being taken to improve liquidity and stimulate healthier market activity?
Yeah, so we cannot stimulate like activities, if that makes sense. Like OpenxAI cannot buy, sell, and create markets. So we cannot do that. What we are planning to do with the campaign that we talked about, so people can stake OpenxAI token, people can use OpenxAI as a collateral to create token and GPU. That will create a lot of demand for token. Those are the things we can do. These are directly attached to the utility and the governance of the protocol or the functions of the protocol. And other than that, like tier one exchange listing and a token buyback. So these are the things we can do from a foundation point of view. I think we just need to wait for a good time. Activating those initiatives required a careful execution. It's not just a one execution, it's required a proper build up execution for 30, 60, 90 days. So we need to be able to do that accurately. So I don't think at this moment in time doing anything significant is going to add any value. It's going to be completely fake, which we cannot even think about because that will be illegal. That will be crossing the line.
So kind of follow up question to what you just mentioned about the buybacks. So it's kind of two similar questions. So maybe you could some add something on this. How does the team assess current market cap and liquidity in relation to upcoming milestones such as listings and buybacks? And the next one, which kind of related, buybacks and listings were communicated as December initiatives. Can the team clarify progress so far without committing to fixed calendar dates?
Yeah, we are committed. Like as soon as we finalize our legal foundation, we can execute buybacks. Most likely, it will be announced to public beforehand, right? So because we cannot do it without notifying. We just need to finalize the foundation part. That's the advice from the legal counsel and the legal team. Because there's a chicken and egg situation. In order for us to execute buybacks, we need to accept those funds. Those funds need to be received to the foundation. That's their requirement. As soon as that accepted to our foundation, and then from foundation, we have asset management. Asset management will be working with the market maker. Market maker will basically make an announcement to the community and to public, and then we'll do the buyback. During the buyback, that's the time we'll do the tokenized um, uh, staking and also the tier one exchange listing.
Okay, so few questions about listing on Kraken. So what's the current status of the Kraken listing now, and that the project is undergoing MiCA white paper requirements? And the second one is quite similar to that. How does MiCA compliance impact listing timelines compared to yearly expectations? Will Kraken list us with such low market cap?
Uh, the listing delay is a deliberate and a business decision rather delay from anything else. So the both questions, like MiCA white papers, like those are more logistical things. It doesn't impact anything. We already got the we still already have the conversation with the Kraken team. Um, I think right now we just need to not to go ahead with any major buybacks or anything like that at this market.
Okay, and some questions about the roadmap. Then can community realistically expect the V10 launch and how it will change OpenX AI growth and adoption potentially?
The V10, like we have the platform. Um, the platform now platform is built in production. We need to do a bunch of testings and simplify the user onboarding. And then we also need to onboard those enterprise users first. So we got 3 clients, which is good. We just need to start getting feedback and tailored for their requirements a little bit. And then someone like John and Guru, they will be working on onboarding some real builders. We're going to prioritize quality over quantity. So they will be handpicking like a really good builders, serious builders to build things and ship that into the marketplace. So people will enjoy these services on the marketplace. So I think overall, like a full launch, you can expect in Q1. But behind the scene, we're doing a lot of integrations, a lot of testing. My ideal launch would be not just the V10 launch, but also have the token infrastructure included, so people can consume and interact with the platform from the day one. So the best case scenario, it will be both together. Worst case is a V10 just launch first and then have the enterprise clients are using it. We will have a really good populated marketplace, but then the token infrastructure will not be ready.
All right, thanks for clarifying this. The next one is about Genesis NFT. Can the team provide clarity on the Genesis NFT, its role in ecosystem, utility, and intended launch window?
Genesis NFT, I think people are referring to the base Genesis NFT, the base Mini App Factory Genesis NFT. That allow people to access the base Mini App Factory campaign, and you'll get to have some early access to services, some credit. So that's the function. We will enable staking function since you guys were early builders. Like a typical Genesis NFT, beyond base Mini App Factory Genesis NFTs, we haven't launched those Genesis NFTs yet. Those Genesis NFTs, it's going to be tied to our Circle platform. So you have a multi-function for a Genesis NFT. One way you can basically become part of OpenxAI, which means you can consider like Upwork or freelancer. You can do multiple jobs and you can earn in USDT or OpenxAI token. And on the other hand, Genesis NFT will allow you to basically get some discounts, have some early airdrops, access to AI services, significant discounts on services. If you're a builder, you can build things for further discounts or almost free. I think Genesis NFT for the overall platform, we are thinking to launch with the V10 launch.
All right, thank you for answer. How does the team balance roadmap ambition with delivery timelines to avoid repeated delays?
Oh, guys, I hate to say this, like myself and team, we love to ship things, right? Um, Sometimes we have to be adapting, right? I think it's not smart or ideal to launch something during a bad time. Um, launching in this market, like I mentioned, is destroy the value. That's why the rule of thumb during bear markets or conditions like this, you shut up and build. Like this is the one thing that I've learned because I burned so many times and also got so much like value destroyed. Try to go against the current, right? So we have to learn, made mistakes many times, try to go against the current. So you have to be careful in these times. So, we have good roadmap, we have really good things, but we need to be adapting to the conditions. Like right now, shipping things in a way that we were meant to ship is not going to add much value overall. Like I gave you multiple examples. Like the biggest example is Michael Saylor buying $1 billion worth of Bitcoins. He didn't do anything. Imagine if you heard like someone buying $1 billion worth of a corporation buying $1 billion worth of Bitcoin, like 2 years ago or 3 years ago, right? That's like probably maybe like 5 or 10% increase in Bitcoin price action. Nothing happened. So we doing all the things that we said on the roadmap, and we say, yep, we achieved. Imagine launching V10. Imagine doing all the activities we said we're going to do, like this month. People are really scared, guys. Like people really don't pay attention right now. The attention is gone. Like that's the fact. Traders left. Like just check the facts. If you look at trading volume, traders activities, on-chain activities, it's like a winter right now, right? So we gotta adopt it. I think it's a short-term thing. I could be wrong, but we need to be prepared. Is no point shipping significantly in this time. So I love to ship, right? I hate delays. I hate delays. I wanted to go fast. I wanted to the more that we can do faster, then we can learn and improve, right? Unfortunately, we are kind of in limbo. Like I think many projects, including Base supposed to launch their own token, right? That was November. Yeah, but they haven't done anything. So this impacts everybody, guys. Please understand.
Yeah, thank you, Ashton, for explanation. Um, Regarding the tokenomics, few questions. How will the revised tokenomics improve real utility within the OpenxAI ecosystem?
I think the real utility for a token like OpenX, um, on one hand, people get to enjoy like a VIP pass, right? So when you have, let's say, Emirates Airline, let's say Platinum card, you don't wait in the line. You go to the best lounge, you go straight to to the airplane, and you be treated very nicely. So OpenxAI token will be like that too when it's come to our platform. When you come to our platform, you get discounts, you have a special rights. The concept called stake to access or stake to get the privilege. So that's number one. So that's including financial financial utility. If you're spending $100 USDC, you'll be spending $70 or $80. So that's a difference there. So that's from a utility point of view. And then for those who wants to speculate, then that part is integrated in a really nice way, not in a spammy way. We have people can basically put OpenxAI as a collateral for your GPU. You can rent out a GPU and you can put OpenxAI token, and that's create your tokenized GPU. Then this tokenized GPU can be traded. So if you're into more speculation or looking at doing more fun things, then you have that capabilities. And being able to integrate OpenX with across multiple touch points with tGPU, and also being able to short and going long with tGPU, and then having a benefits attached to the token, the core token, which is OpenX token. That's a really good token utility attached to the ecosystem and also attached to the stakers. So these types of use cases, some use cases don't even exist in Web3. So yeah, we'll introduce those utilities and programs, not all at once, but we will release one at a time. So Q1, Q2 is where we would start launching those campaigns.
Yeah, let's proceed with the next one. I think you Ashton just explained like more than 50% of it. Maybe just to focus on the staking a little bit more. So the question sounds like this: Can the team explain how revenue sharing, staking, or incentive mechanism will work in practice?
I can't give you the specifics at this point because it's part of the campaign and announcement. But high level, just consider this. So imagine you can be a shareholder of Hugging Face. So Hugging Face generate fees and revenue depending on the proportion to what you contribute in OpenxAI to the pool. You get a proportion values distributed. This concept applies the same to liquidity pool and how the liquidity pools support traders going long and shorts, and the fees that generate from long and shorts, how those fees are accumulated and how those accumulated fees will be distributed. So depending on your staked, imagine like a pie, so like a pizza. So what is the size of your what's the size of your contribution in OpenxAI token staking will allow you to actually accumulate the fees. So that's like the high level concept, but more details like specific numbers, uh, we will publish when we are publishing and announcing to the public.
Right, fair enough. Um, of course, community want to know everything, but yeah, it is what it is. Guys, have a patient and hopefully you will get to know the details very soon. So, guys, 4 questions left. So in the meantime, I want to ask you to be active and to request the mic. So after we will finish with the 4 questions left, you have a possibility to ask your question live. So ask your mic and we could let you speak. So the next question is, how will the global hubs, New York, Dubai, Sydney, practically contribute to development, partnership, and onboarding builders?
In New York, I have a good idea. And Sydney, I'm not sure at this point. We are still kind of like trying to understand exactly what that hub going to deliver. And Dubai hub, we have like the idea of getting 5 like a successful team. I'm not sure the quality of it, but New York for sure will be the highest quality. So if I put a bet on which hub will generate the most amount of value in terms of builders and outcomes and solutions, I reckon most likely will be New York. So we will be prioritizing New York a lot.
All right. Will the marketplace include a verification or quality control system to prevent spam and maintain high standards?
That's an interesting question. So I raised this before to our engineering team, but their feedback is to like not to marginalize anyone, keep the platform available to anybody. Like I prefer to have, of course, like some quality mechanisms. Like only way we can think of like adding a certain like a trending algorithm, so more users are basically clicking and more user engaging, and push those apps on the top of the marketplace. But other than that, I think it may not be ideal to basically we as like let's say our engineering team handpicking one or two, right? We'll have to figure out more fair way to like we need to avoid like mm, kind of like favoring a project over another one. So because we need to provide the fairness. So leaderboards might be great option, and implementing some fair algorithm in order these apps to be ranked depending on the usage might be good. But again, anything we implement, I'm sure people will manipulate, right? It's like you have a business registered in, I don't know, in Singapore, and you hire fake reviews to create like tons of reviews on your local business, and people think it's real, right? Even though Google try their best to prevent these spams, but it happens. So I don't think we will have a perfect solution for this. I think the best way we can do is to keep the platform open and let people decide and vote.
All right. I think Ashton, you have a meeting planned, so I think time to thank you for your time for another amazing session. Thank you guys for joining in, and yeah, let's hopefully meet the next time. Will be 23 of December, mostly Christmas time, but hopefully you guys will be here, and we could have another one amazing session. So thank you all for joining in. Wish you Ashton good evening, community as well, and see you on the next one. Bye bye.
Thank you, guys.